DJ Pro Universal Playlist. I'm DJ Spiegelspin, and I'm going to show you how. So I was looking at some of my most popular videos, and I was happy to see that my most popular videos are about playlists, which makes me happy because I believe that playlists are the most important thing to DJing. You can know all the tricks and all the scratching and all the mixing techniques, but if you don't have a good playlist ready to go, you'll be there typing away like you're doing a tax return instead of enjoying the party, having a good time. So, in a lot of my other videos, I talk about the importance of making a gig specific playlist. So, if you're doing a 50th birthday party in a month, as soon as you find out about that gig, start preparing, start making a playlist, find out what that person listens to, what their friends listen to, and the overall vibe, and then make a playlist double the length of the party. So the party's 4 hours, you make an 8 hour playlist. But this video, I'm going to be talking about what if you have no gig coming up, or what if you just want something there as your go-to playlist so that you're always prepared. So if someone goes, oh, you DJ, you could just go to a party and the DJ doesn't show up and they're like, anyone a DJ here? You could just grab your iPad and start DJing. So I'm going to show you guys how I organize my standard go-to playlist, and you guys can get some ideas from that. When I first started DJing and got my first couple DJ gigs, I would show up completely unprepared and it would be really stressful. I wouldn't know what songs to play. I would struggle. And then I saw other DJs and they looked like they were so slick and smooth and everything was going well for them, and I thought, what is their secret? And their secret was playlist. They prepared playlist and they prepared all the tracks in the playlist with cue points and loops and stuff like that, so they just effortlessly loaded up the songs and were ready to go. So I got obsessed with making playlists, organizing it, and figuring out the way that it'll make the easiest for me to effortlessly mix from song to song. So I'm going to show you guys how I have my playlist set up. If you are looking for something to do and you want to improve your DJing, work on your playlist every single day and find out what type of different things you could categorize in and how you can make it easier and how you can get more creative with your mixing. So my first playlist that I definitely recommend that you guys should do is an intro playlist. So I made videos on how to make your own custom intros. You could do that if you want, but if you don't, you could go over to Tidal and you could search DJ sound effects and you could find countdowns, you could find all these sound effects that you could use for your intro. So I'll show you some of the ones I have collected. I have the crowd applause. I do a lot of birthday parties, I do a lot of surprise parties, and it's always good to have a crowd applause handy. So it's a pretty cool crowd applause, and you have that blasting over the speakers right after they do the surprise, and it sounds really professional. And this is the intro that I had made for me on Fiverr. It only cost a couple of dollars, and it's a professional intro. You guys could do that if that's the route you want to go. And also, I have the countdown. This one's awesome. It's like a robotic countdown from 10. And when I'm done setting up all my stuff, about to press play on my first song, I'll do this countdown so all the people could go, wow, what's counting down? What's going on? That sounds professional. Let's get on the dance floor because this guy knows what he's doing. So I definitely recommend having some sort of countdown. Now, moving right along, this one is instruments. This is a playlist folder. Djay Pro lets you create playlist folder, which are essentially playlists inside a playlist. So if you go press the plus button, you could add a playlist, a smart playlist, or a playlist folder. So you make a playlist folder, and so this is instruments. Now we go in there. So what this one is it's for instrument mixing. I'm going to make a separate video on mixing based on the instruments in EDM songs. Like some songs have a lot of trumpet, some songs have a lot of guitar, and you can mix based on those different instruments. Come on. Sorry, my cat's in the way. And you can mix based on the different instruments in the song, and the instruments are the glue that holds the songs together. And you guys could also do acapellas. So I make a lot of loops and a lot of beats with the sampler and the looper, and these acapellas, they're available on mostly on Tidal, and they're just words without beats, and you could put them on top of your own beats and get really creative with them. You could scratch with them and I think every DJ should have a playlist with their acapellas. Now, another one is wordplay mixing. I made a video on mixing based on wordplay. If the song's talking about drinking, you could play more drinking songs. If the song's talking about money, you could play more money songs. And then shots, if you want to promote shots, you could play songs with shots. A lot of times, if you're DJing at bars, the way they'll pay you is they'll pay you zero up front, and then you get a percentage of the drink sales. So if you get good at playing songs that encourage people to go to the bar, spend money, stay longer, then you could possibly make more money as a DJ. So that's one thing to think about, is how you're going to market stuff within your DJ sets. And now this one is really cool, and it is a rain playlist. So let's say you're doing an outdoor barbecue, or you're even doing an indoor party and it starts raining, and you have a playlist here with songs about rain. The people will really appreciate these subtle things. They'll be on the dance floor and they'll see it's raining and be like, oh, the DJ's playing a song about rain when it's raining. This guy's really paying attention and really cares about what he's doing. So it's these little subtle things that'll make your DJing that much better. So the rain playlist has always came in handy, and I've used it a couple times and it was great. So another thing you could do is DJ by the decades. So this is the 2000s. So you make a playlist folder for the 2000s, for the 2010s, for now, for the 90s, for the 80s, for the 70s, and then you can mix based on the decades. So if the older people mosey on to the dance floor, you could play from the 50s and 60s, and then the young people go on, you could play the 2000s, you could play the new stuff, and you're ready to go. You know which years the songs are going, and you are a DJ through the generations. So you have your 2000s playlist. Right now I have pop. These are Gwen Stefani, Akon, Beyonce, and the classic 2000s songs that everyone knows and everyone will dance to. And then I have dance songs like Better Off Alone and Sandstorm and the classic dance songs from that era. So you could even take it farther. You could do rap songs from the 2000s, R&B, reggae from the 2000s, and have a whole playlist folder for all these decades. Another one that I have is the slides. These are the Cupid Shuffle, the Cha-Cha Slide, the YMCA, stuff that a DJ usually has to play. People are always going to ask you for it, especially at birthday parties, stuff like that. Play the Cupid Shuffle, play the Cha-Cha Slide, and now you have a playlist with all these great line dancing songs ready to go. Another one is based on where I live. So here in South Florida, there's a big reggae scene. So I have my reggae playlist, and then I have dance remixes of reggae songs, and then I have summer reggae. So based on where you live, based on what kind of music is popular, you could have playlists like that. So get creative with your playlist. Remember that this playlist section of the app is for you. It's not for anybody else, and it's your canvas to create whatever kind of organization system that works for you. It doesn't have to work for anyone else. Just make it work for you and make it easy for you, and make it like your secret weapon when you DJ. And then take it a step farther with every song that you put in every playlist. Go through with the cue points, go through with the loops, and have every song prepared in every playlist. And then you will always be ready to DJ, and you'll be having so much more fun. You won't be typing on the screen. You'll just be mixing and going with the flow. So if you like learning how to use DJ Pro in different creative ways, and you want to learn about more DJing with the iPad, new controllers, DJing with the metaverse, DJing with virtual reality, then subscribe to this channel. I make videos every day.